What's up, what's up, what's up? Just the future JP in the house. Okay, it's part two. You have a good life and everything, but the whole thing is the difference what you're going to have to choose from is, are you going to have a successful life, financially set, your family is grounded on family values, or planted in family, rooted in family values. What kind of savings account you're going to have, because your wife will make money, she will save money, she might even invest it, she might even, after a while, when the kids get older, she'll go to work. All that money is just accumulating and things like that. And you have all those that so-called quote-unquote American dream. You can actually have it out here, and you won't have to worry about anything. Now, there are other things that'll get into it. Maybe I'll put those in some other videos. I won't get into that now because that's not the point of my video. But anyway, to reiterate, I guess that's the word, what I would say is that when you are married to a Japanese woman, pretty much let her do what she's going to do, and just stay out of her way. Listen to her. You at home, you talk to her, give her massages and stuff like that. Be a friend, and you go out together, you talk to your wife, you hold her hand, you only focus on her, focus on your family, ignore everyone else. Even if you see another foreigner or another pretty girl, keep your wife in focus, you know what I'm saying? And if you're the type of guy who doesn't really care about looks, then more than likely you'll really find a good woman. And she might be beautiful, some women might not be so attractive, but you want to find someone that's just a really good person that you can deal with. Well, not that you can deal with, but a really good person that knows how to function in Japan in such a way where it will 20 years, 30 years down the line, you'll have a consistent balance, a consistent foundation, And if you argue and she gets mad, let her talk. Don't argue back at her. Wait till she relaxes a bit and calm down, and then maybe you can talk later, and things like that. But for the most part, a lot of them will just get bored. You're sitting around the house, so you got to do things with her. There's a lot of things, but that's, like I said, that's another subject. So anyway, basically, you marry her, and you pretty much do what she say, and things will work out fine. And you shouldn't have any problems at all. Life should be great. So that's about all I have to say. I need to make this video, or I had to make this video to show that there is a good side to it. Now, and this is the financial side and the family side. All the other attitude and stuff might come into play at different things, and it's just how you handle it. My wife, every morning she gets up and she's yelling all the time. And I'm like, you need to chill the yelling down. In the morning, everybody should leave the house happy. At night you want to yell and stuff, that's fine. But in the morning, let's keep everything positive, happy. And, sometimes she'll calm down, sometimes she won't. But she'll get on the phone later on the way to work, and she'll call me and say she's sorry. And I'm like, don't be sorry. It's not like you did anything wrong. It's just that try to do something better. So we get we get along and stuff pretty well. So I don't worry about that. Kids have fun. They go on trips a lot, do a lot of stuff together as a. Because sometimes I don't go with them a lot of places they go to, but they have a lot of fun doing a lot of stuff. So just enjoy, your wife. If you get married, or you guys who are married, just try to do your best, because more than likely all it is a lot of them just maybe sexually frustrated, or if you're not at home, then other people are looking at her because she's probably already having problems because she's married to a foreign person. And then on top of that, if things aren't going the way that the people in the neighborhood or the normal Japanese people say, well, this is how a marriage is supposed to be, the wives anyway, because they're really strong, then you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, then it's going to be pressure on her to get in line with the social norms, and that's all it is. I'm sure that's all it is. And then if you don't come around, then once the kids get old enough, to take care of themselves, a lot of them, they'll just divorce you, and all that knowledge that she learned with you, she'll use that and make her own money. But if they already got a degree, they can go find jobs and do all kinds of stuff. I mean, it's all kinds of stuff I hear. There's a lot of women out there making millions in the bank, and their husbands working salary jobs, and they don't even know it, and the wives aren't telling their husbands anything. So like I said, just listen and just get rid of the tune out the attitudes and stuff, and work on your own thing, work on your own person, and just start from scratch and rebuild yourself, because the only thing that's going to happen is it's just going to make you a better person. That's all. Single lady walking her baby. So I suppose the husband is at work, and and that's what it is. A lot of women out here, they just by themselves, and she had nothing to do. Just come out here, just working. She got a baby, so the house is probably clean. They clean up within the first couple of hours, and they got all this time to do nothing, and just waiting for you to come home so she can see her lovely husband. You get home, and the first thing you do is run out. So like I talk about myself, run out in the streets and hang out with your friends. You're like, wow, why can't he be with me? Waiting for him all day. But you spend time with her, and a lot of them, they'll say, okay, well, you've been with me all week. Here you go out with your friends. And the whole thing is that not what life is really supposed to be about. That's not what we should be doing. So anyway, living with a Japanese wife, I will say this: the chances of you getting divorced is very rare if you can deal with her, or if she's not one of those women who are really westernized to the point where they don't care about you and want to. I shouldn't say about Western women, but the Western attitude and stuff. You'll pretty much stay married, for a while until the kids get older at least. And if she want a divorce, or if you guys stay together, that's all good, But life goes by really quick. Things really happen really fast. So just enjoy your life with your wife. Spend a lot of quality time with your kids. Teach them English. Help them study. Even if you don't know the Japanese, you can learn a lot of stuff. When the kids are sleeping, watch television with your wife. Play video games with her. When she's not around, and you have time, to study, improve yourself. There are a lot of positive things that you can do with your time. So all I'm saying is, don't waste it. Don't waste it. But sometimes guys and women, they just can't get along, and when you get into one of those situations where you just got a wife that's just really uncontrollable, or if a wife, get a husband who's just really uncontrollable or don't have any self-control, then yeah, sometimes, you have to, make your choices. But all I can say is, before you do something drastic, really reevaluate yourself first. Really reevaluate yourself first, and try to understand that Japan is not a place where you need to fit in. It's a place where you need to reconstruct yourself, because no one's out here is going to come at you. If you're in the city, fine, but if you're in the club and these Japanese guys, they're looking at me, well, of course they're going to look at you in the club. Everybody in the club, because they're trying to have a good time, or they looking for something, or they bored, or they spend. Like guys, they spend all day outside walking around, passing up hundreds of women, and then all they on the same club trying to chase one girl. Of course, you're gonna have tension. But if you just doing what you're supposed to do and make every second count, to benefit your family, you and your wife and your kids, and you would be surprised, because you never know who's looking. That's the whole thing too. You never know who's looking at you and who's paying attention to you, or how you are and what you're doing. And there are a lot of, you don't know, in Japan, you will not know who has money, who don't have money, who doesn't have money, and stuff like that. There are a lot of people out here who have lots of money, and if you you present yourself well, then they'll, hey, you know what? Let's do this together. We make all this money, and some of them, you just make sure you do all the negotiations for, and you just act like you know. Just act like you know everything, and you'd be surprised how much money and stuff you can make and what you can do, because you don't want to mess around and 20 years later or 30 years later when you're turning 50, you end up dying because you didn't take care of yourself. You got all this stress, and your wife is still running around, because there are a lot of women out here, older women, husband's gone, passed away, but they left the money and stuff. I don't know if the guys are ready to go or not, but I'm just saying, basically it's, you hear the horror stories, but there's a good side of it too. And most of the horror stories are just because guys probably married because because of the sex, and then when they got together, they didn't really understand